Wanted to first talk about workshops with purpose, because this is one of the latest things that you've been doing among many. So tell me about workshops with purpose.
Well, workshops with purpose is my friend Benjamin and I, Benjamin Edwards, we've been buddies and photographer buddies for a long time, and we've always sort of bounced back this idea of doing a workshop where it was a little different and that people, they learn. We're still going to help teach in this workshop like we've been doing for years, but the whole purpose of this workshop was to actually do something really good while we're learning. And then it kind of occurred to us that people always ask me in workshops, when I talk about briefly things that I've done, travels to Africa, whatever, they always say, oh, I wish I could do that. And so I realized that people really want to do these good things, but they need the impetus or some little help, or they're just scared or whatever. So it kind of made us think that we could do this workshop where we show them, we'll take them by the hand, how to do this, and we're going to do it while we're learning how to do it, with guidance from people who have done it. So it helps take the burden, the pressure off of them, but it makes them braver. And that's one thing that I found, which is really cool, is that people that did the workshop have already scheduled other trips on their own, and that kind of became our goal. Was we're going to do a workshop, but we're going to leave something where we go. We're going to do something there while we're learning, and the bigger picture is then to teach people to go and do this again on their own, without us. Go do more. Yeah.
So what exactly was the project that you worked on this particular?
On this one, this first one that we did, we actually found a hospital in Kenya called Kijabe Hospital, in a little town called Kijabe. And this hospital does great work for the community. They take in people that don't have money, and they provide a lot to the community, but they need help getting the word out, getting volunteers, getting doctors to come. And they don't have a professional marketing team at their disposal. So we figured, well, if we can go and we can take photos of whatever you guys need, go to the community, take pictures of the people in the community, do video, and just give them the media, would that be helpful? And they're like, oh, yes, that'd be huge for us. So that's kind of how we had the idea to go and do that.
Very cool. Well, I have more questions for you, but first, I know you actually made a video while you were there that shows what the project was about, and so let's take a look at that first.
Okay, cool.
What were your expectations? What was going through your mind on sort of the night that you got there, or the night before you were leaving?
Yeah, that was, it was weird because it was hard to know what to expect, because it was, I've done projects before. We've gone to Rwanda, and I've gone, to Cambodia, and I've done things, but it's always been just kind of me and a couple other people. It wasn't a workshop. So it was a little nerve-wracking to think, I'm responsible for all these people now, and if something goes wrong, or they don't have a great experience, or, I knew we would see some stuff that was emotionally really difficult, which we did. how would they react? How would they deal with it? How
What
would
was
it
the
affect
most
them?
emotionally difficult thing you saw?
There were, oh gosh, one of the things that I went out to, there was a young woman, teenage girl, and I went to visit her in the community, and she basically told me the story how she is dealing with this bizarre disease in her chest, and she's had it since she was a little child, and she was misdiagnosed over and over and over, and of course they have no money. Her father died from the same disease, and so anyway, we're sitting there interviewing, her, and in my mind I'm thinking, I'm here, I'm taking video, I'm taking photos of her, but what can I really do? Can I help her? And as she's telling me this story, and she's saying, and all I want to do is get better so that I can start an orphanage, so that I can help other people, because I don't want anybody to suffer like I've suffered. I'm sitting there going, what can I do? Is it enough that I'm just here photographing and videoing her? If I tell this story to everybody I know, is it going to be enough? Is it going to fix her? Is she going to live because of what I'm doing? And at the end of her interview, she just turns to the camera and says, "Please help me. Please help me." And I'm sitting there going, okay, how much money do I have in my pockets? What could I give? And you can't just do that. You can't just throw money at them. Went back to the group that night, and I had a breakdown and telling everybody, but that was part of the thing, is we all had our breakdown moments,
Right.
and we'd share, this is what I experienced today, and it was powerful and it hurt, and I don't know how to deal with it. But that helps, and that's part of the learning process of doing this, is that you realize you can't fix everything, but you can do something.
Right.
You can do a small thing.
What enables you to get past the resistance of, like, I could never, do this. I don't have the time for this.
Yeah. For me, that's kind of been my goal, to be successful as a photographer so I could have time to do this, and to do charity. And, I take it back to my wedding business. I shot weddings for 20 years, and I always decided, I want to retire and only shoot weddings for people who are needy, because that's what I really wanted to do with my photography and my work, is to make some sort of change, make people happy. Every photographer wants to make people happy with their work. I think we're all good-hearted in that way, and yet you have to make money. So to me, it was find a way to get to the point where I could affect people's lives in a way that I couldn't just shooting for clients all the time. And sometimes you have to clear space in your life to do that. And
Right.
I've had the support, of course, from my family, totally supportive of this. And I think it's important, to show my kids that this is what you should work for.